welcome back to my channel. I haven't posted in a while because I was focusing on graduating with my Harvard master's degree in religious studies, which happened in May, and then just trying to reflect and take care of myself for the last 2 months while we moved to Newton, Massachusetts, where I will be closer to Boston College School of Theology and Ministry, which is where I am doing my second master's in theology. So I wanted to use this video as a very brief summary of my Harvard experience, as well as sharing with you my upcoming thoughts about my upcoming degree at Boston College. As I mentioned in a few prior videos, Harvard was stressful, and it wasn't necessarily because of the coursework, which was rigorous, and I was doing homework and studying pretty much every single day. But the main challenge that I had with Harvard was the atmosphere of the Divinity School. The Divinity School tends to kind of lean more progressive in terms of the views of the student body, and I found that my more moderate views and my experiences in more conservative settings weren't really valued as much, and quite frankly were many times discouraged from being voiced. So I was really discouraged by that. I feel personally that education should be nonpartisan and should bring in the perspectives of multiple viewpoints so that students can be knowledgeable about how to communicate with people that they disagree with, and how still they can perhaps get their own personal agendas met while being respectful to other people. But I found that that wasn't always the case at Harvard Divinity School. Besides my experiences with the viewpoints of my classmates, I found that a lot of the students in general were really welcoming and friendly. They came from diverse backgrounds, which was fascinating to be able to talk to people from all over the world and people from the US who have a different bachelor's degree or different work experience, as well as people of different ages. Harvard Divinity School draws people of all ages. I also really enjoyed most of the faculty. Some of them I certainly wouldn't take again, but many of the faculty I found were really interested in their subjects, and the language programs at Harvard are just top-notch. Not only the Sanskrit language, but my Greek class was probably one of my favorite classes, if not the favorite for me, out of all of my years of schooling. So I really appreciated that. Of course, the resources that Harvard offers are incomparable. I had access to so many different museums in the Boston area, access to all of the Harvard libraries, the interlibrary loan system to receive books or articles that Harvard doesn't have is phenomenal. So overall, I would definitely recommend Harvard Divinity School, but I think for students that are looking for more of a diverse group of perspectives should consider either supplementing their Harvard Divinity School education with classes at Boston College, which is what I ended up doing, or perhaps attending a different university altogether. I'm not sure if Harvard Divinity School would be the best setting for someone who is more conservative or more traditionally religious. That being said, I certainly learned a lot from my education at Harvard, especially in terms of the post-colonial train of thought with religious studies, but I didn't receive as much of a theology, especially Catholic theology background that I wanted. I also didn't really receive a lot of Hinduism training. There weren't many classes on Hinduism, so I think that somebody who is interested in Hinduism should consider studying more traditionally at a Gurukulam, for example, or perhaps go to India and study there, because the education that you will receive in the United States will be focused on the Western academic tradition. The languages, the South Asian languages, won't be as strong. You won't be immersed in the context, and you won't be exposed to many students who are practicing the religion, which is really important to learn about religion as a whole. I'm going to Boston College next year because I wanted to be really grounded in Catholic theology. I've had experience with it, but I wanted to be grounded in Catholic theological academic thought, and be exposed to that realm that I didn't get at Harvard Divinity School. There certainly were a dearth of classes focusing on theology and Catholicism at Harvard Divinity School. Also, I found the students at Boston College, based on the classes I've taken in the past, to be really open-minded in general, and those that kind of struggle to be open-minded at least are honest about how they struggle with certain topics or certain viewpoints, and they're very respectful of their classmates. Everyone tries to be friendly to each other, and there's a really strong sense of camaraderie at Boston College that I don't think Harvard Divinity School had. And I don't fault Harvard Divinity School for that. I think it's hard when people come from a variety of faiths, but I do think that the administration and staff and faculty at Harvard Divinity School could certainly focus on making those with less progressive viewpoints more accepted on campus, and try to create a sense of what respectful communication actually means, and how we can disagree with one another while also making our disagreements impersonal, focusing on content and facts rather than generalizations, for example, or stereotypes about certain people and religions. So I'm really looking forward to going to Boston College. I've been decompressing the last 2 months. I haven't been reading anything, to be honest. I've just been sitting on the couch watching TV. I need to get back into the gym, certainly. I've been trying to maintain my connections with people in my networking, but ultimately I just didn't realize how burned out I was over the past 2 years at Harvard and taking classes constantly throughout the year. I didn't realize how challenging it would be just to relax and to gain a sense of selfhood that I feel like I lost at Harvard a little bit, because I didn't really have time to focus on friendships there, and I didn't really have time to delve into my hobbies. I kind of had to push all of that to the side while I focused on coursework. So I'm at the point now this summer where I'm trying to figure out who it is I am again. Sans monastic life, sans university, and the constant workload that I had, and try to at least have a semblance of normalcy in my life. So that's where I am right now. Just wanted to give a quick update. I may be updating throughout my time at Boston College, but I find it really hard to do that when I'm studying for exams and writing papers and trying to acclimate myself. So my focus has been primarily my education, which is why I've done really well academically. But I might end up updating in the future if that is desired. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a great summer.